To my baby, I love you. I'm thankful for you. I am so happy that you chose me to be your mother. My body has gone in its own direction thanks to you, and that is okay. I can't wait to meet you and hold you in my arms. I thought I had my life planned out to the T, but you, my cupcake, are such a pleasant surprise.
Okay, let's do this. In 3, 2, 1. It's Thrive time.
Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to Thrive Out Loud. Good night, Sanula, and as always it's such a pleasure sitting here sharing a little bit of myself with you. If you are brand new and you happen to just stumble upon this channel, thank you so much for clicking to find out what we're on about on this channel.
Please click on the subscribe button down below, please click on the like button and leave a comment. Highly appreciated.
If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for taking a minute of your time yet again to spend some time with me. First things first, house rules in here. We like, we comment, we subscribe, we click on the bell notification, and we share with a friend, because you never know who needs to hear something. You never know who needs to hear what at just the right time. So I know I might be a bit late with this topic / story time, especially considering the fact that my bundle of joy is not a bundle anymore. He is a 2.5-year-old who is constantly moving at the speed of light, constantly telling me new stories, and yeah, but I figured that, you know what, there's always newcomers, a new bundle of joys somewhere around the corner. On this segment, we'll be discussing all things pregnancy, labor, delivery, motherhood, and the transition from one stage to the next. And yeah, so I've shied away from recording any content specifically related to motherhood or pregnancy or whatnot, because I just felt like I was not an expert. I just felt like I was so inexperienced in the field, and honestly, to this day, I am still discovering brand new things about myself, about my child, about motherhood in itself. And I just realized that the learning never stops. I might as well just get out of my own way, share this journey, because you never know. Maybe you're sitting somewhere on your couch right now and you just really crave for some relatable and true content. So that's what the segment will be about. My goal is to publish on the Diary of a Mom every single Monday. Please pray for me and hold me accountable when you find me slacking. Right, let's get into it. I'll start on how I discovered I was pregnant and then basically take it from there, right? So this dates back to sometime in 2019. I was completing my BTech studies and it was nice, it was lovely, but I do need to point out that at the time I discovered that there was something baking in the oven, I was on contraceptive. I actually was on contraceptive. I won't say which, but it was the pill. They're told that there are certain medications that might clash with the contraceptive you're currently on. There are certain antibiotics that will, basically pause your contraceptive, put it aside, and, other stuff happens. But when I look back at the time when this actually happened, I was not on any antibiotics and I was not on any chronic medication or something like that. All I was taking was my daily multivitamin, and I had been taking it for the last I don't know how many years. So the way it happened, it still baffles me to this day. But sometimes when people want to come, they will just come, right? So I was on contraceptive, and now this is moving somewhere around October, November. So somewhere around October, right? So I was on the pill and I had a period tracking app, and where if you are a person who's on the pill, you know that your period will come at the same exact time or day of the month every single month. So I knew that when it comes to the week when I'm gonna get my period, it is going to start on a Tuesday morning just before I go to work. I knew this without fail, that I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna work out, and just after my workout, between the workout and the shower, it's gonna start somewhere there, right? Then we get to the month of October, and I just remember feeling really, I'd say, crappy, man. I was just, not in a good space. A lot was happening, and academics had me by the tits, and everything was just moving at several years per second. And I remember that health-wise, I felt like my health was taking a knock. My energy was non-existent. I was always tired all the time. I know I was not really sleeping well, so I just figured that maybe it had a lot to do with that. I wasn't really eating well because I was on the road quite a lot. In between home, work, school, and the different different events, because I used to do kiddies events as well. Then there was the first week of October. So I'd normally get my period during the first week of the month, and the first week of October came and went, and because of just how much was on my plate, I didn't realize that I'd missed my period. I don't know, it doesn't make sense, but it does. So, but I was still continuing to take the pill. I had an alarm every single day at 5 o'clock. I was taking my pill without fail. And I remember there was a weekend where we just spent a lot of time outdoors with the bear and our friends. And when I got back to work on the Monday, I remember a colleague of mine saying,
Yo, were you in the sun the whole weekend? Because like
I'm not a yellow bone, I'm like a brown skinned baby. But she was like, now you are a black skinned baby, because now you just look sunburned. Like my skin was just got pigmented everywhere. I just got dark everywhere for no reason, and that was weird. But obviously I didn't really think much to it, right? Then the month is progressing, and then there was a time when I realized that I was cramping quite a bit, and I'm a person who, I don't get period pains, I don't get like PMS symptoms and the likes, like I don't get any of those. But like I was cramping quite a bit, and then it hit me. Wait a minute. When was the last time you? Then Then now I'm starting to worry a bit, but you know, I just never mind about it, because I was preparing for my final exams, and honestly there was no time to start worrying about this and that, right? And then the month of October went. I remember end of October, that's when we hosted the cancer awareness event, and I think I was wearing this very t-shirt on that day, and everything was lovely, man. Everything was great. After the event, because the event was successful, we went out for drinks.
the recklessness of it all.
Went out for drinks, bona, it was just vibes, the whole manate, whole right. And throughout this time, you know, because obviously by now I've picked up that my period is late, and told Bay about it, and Mans is convinced that you are pregnant. But obviously I keep on arguing. I'm like, no, there's no such thing. Maybe it's because I'm stressed, maybe it's because of, you know, there's just a lot going on, and obviously taking its toll on my body. And then you're like, okay, sharp, no problem, sharp. Then November went. Then now I believe we had an exam scheduled for the 1st of November and the 5th of November, or just the two subjects, right? So on the day when I wrote the exam on the 1st of November, the weather was very, you know, the in-between weather where it's not hot and it's not cold. The sun is not out, but it's not raining. Like, it's not even dull, man. Like, there's just no sunlight, but it's obviously summer, but it's not hot, it's not cold. It's just an in-between weather. I was wearing a t-shirt, pair of jeans, went on to write the exam. But if I tell you that I was sweating bullets during that exam.
And this is where the danger is, guys, here.
And not because the subject was difficult. The subject was fine. The subject was mojojo. There was a distinction that came out of it. But I was feeling so hot, and it was abnormally hot, because, you know, there's this thing where when there's a heat wave and everyone is burning up and we can all see that we're all suffering. I was the only one suffering. I was sweating, and okay, I just figured, you know what, let me just keep on writing, because now you look weird. You look like you're suffering because of the exam, and you have your own problems. So I wrote the exam, completed the exam. I earned it in my script because I really wanted to be outside. I needed to get some air, and I was scared of doing that while I was writing, because, like, you don't know, what if I stand up and I pass out? What if while I'm outside something else happens, or it quickly escalates and I'm unable to complete my exam? So completed the exam, submitted, and then I went outside for some air. Felt a little bit better, but there was just this narrowness, man. There was just, you know, when you can't pinpoint what is wrong with you, but something is something, man. There was just, you know. And I remember one of the invigilators, like, when she kept on passing in front of me, I could smell like her perfume, and it was disturbing. Like, and it was here. I couldn't get the smell out of my head, but I just figured maybe, you know, she just sprayed, you know, a perfume that I don't like, because there's some perfumes we all know, like, how a man, because you just finna kill people, right? And okay. Then after the exam, then we all went out to grab something to eat, and they wanted to grab some drinks, but for some reason I didn't really feel like drinks, and especially knowing that there was a stressful exam coming on Tuesday, I was intentional about avoiding alcohol, right? Then The evening came, evening went, then we went to bed, and then woke up in the morning, and I can't recall what Bay had to do during the day, but like he was just up and up and down. He was just all over the show, and I was left to my own devices basically for a majority of the day. And something in me said, go and get a pregnancy test, girl, because I woke up in the morning, right? And normally when I wake up in the morning, like me now, I love food, okay? I love food, and I normally wake up energized to start working out, and then I eat, and then, but that day I woke up just feeling tired, feeling sluggish. And it wasn't like we went out partying the whole night. I didn't drink anything. We didn't, like, you get it. But I'm just tired for no reason. Then I got up, I showered, then I decided to head on over to, I think it was Checkers. I wanted to get a pregnancy test. So, when you are guilty but you don't know you're guilty. Somehow I just feel this doom as I'm looking for the pregnancy test, and I don't know whose idea it was. Like, they don't just put them in plain sight. Like, you have to look and search and look for. I ended up asking one of the ladies to say, so where do you put your pregnancy tests? And she pointed me to where they put them. So I decided to get the normal generic one, like the one that will show you the 2 stripes. And I also got the clear blue because I want to understand how long this has been going on for. And part of my fear was the fact that I know I had been drinking probably the weekend before and the weeks going back. So I just wanted to know, like, how safe am I? What's the story? What's going on? Yeah. Like it's in a cartoon, ola pee in a cup, and put in the first stick, and I left it there, and I basically put it, and I just turned it the other way, so like it's not in my line of sight. Then obviously the timer went off, and I went on to check, and a whole baby, bro. I don't know if we ever get to a point in life where you get a pregnancy test and it's positive and you don't panic. Like, the first thought was, oh shit, I am so screwed. I'm working, I'm living on my own, but
a whole baby, bro.
And okay. So now there's the pregnancy test. There's 2 lines. It says you are pregnant. I went numb for a while. I wasn't really sure how to feel. I think I'll get the journal I used. So I just got the journal. So this is the journal I was using that year, and I had gotten it like I think a couple of months prior, but obviously I didn't know. I got it on my birthday, and then I decided to just start using it. And I remember I had just turned 24, so obviously I used it. So happy birthday, happy 24th birthday, So on the 23rd of October, I'm just gonna backtrack a little bit. On the 23rd of October, this was now basically when I realized that my period is late and something is going on even when I don't know what it is. But so it says here on the 23rd of November, and this is a letter I wrote. I don't even know who I'm writing it to, but I hope I don't get emotional. So it says, to my baby, I love you. I'm thankful for you. I am so happy that you chose me to be your mother. My body has gone in its own direction thanks to you, and that is okay. I can't wait to meet you and hold you in my arms. I thought I had my life planned out to the T, but you, my cupcake, are such a pleasant surprise. I'll continue to love you and care for you with every fiber of my being. I wish for nothing but the very best for you. You will become a joyful, cheerful, peaceful, and hardworking little soul, excelling at everything you put your mind to. Life will come with its hiccups and challenges, and Mommy will be right here with you. May you and I learn and discover a love so pure and honest and communicate every step of the way. My sweet little Cairo, I adore you and cannot wait to be with you physically as we are in spirit right now. I love you tremendously. And mind you, this is before I took the pregnancy test. This is before I knew for sure that I'm pregnant, but something in me just said, baby girl, come on. And of course I wanted to name the baby Cairo, and I was hoping for a girl. So I was hoping for a girl named Cairo, but obviously now we know I'm a boy mom and I get wrestled for fun, and it's not cute, but we're still grateful. Then the day I took the pregnancy test was the 2nd of November, and obviously love letters, guys. Now I journal. I've been a journaling queen. Then on the 2nd, after taking a pregnancy test, I said, I've just discovered or rather confirmed that I'm pregnant, 2 to 3 weeks since conception, about 4 to 5 weeks pregnant. Before taking the text, I had noticed a change on my body and overall being. My navel was rounder and warm. Is this really happening? I'm shook, I'm in awe, and I'm even more shook. I'm actually going to be a mom, a whole entire me. And I had written down some name ideas, and I don't think I used any of those really, because I think even at that point I was still really hoping for a girl. And it's just so wow. Then obviously everything took a complete turn after that. The nerves started, the hormones came into full effect. Morning sickness kicked in, fatigue kicked in, mood swings kicked in, everything kicked in. You know, everything just kicked in, man. And I was not okay. I remember like there was just so much going on. I felt like my boobs were exploding. I was peeing a million times a day, and I was always hungry. The problem with that is when none of it can go in. Like, I was always hungry, but whenever I'd eat something, it will keep coming back. I'm trying to find my way around it to say, okay, so you shy away from the eggs, shy away from the milk, shy away from the spice that you can smell, but you do want the taste of spice in your mouth, you know? Just figuring your way out around this. So that is basically how I discovered that I was pregnant. And from that point on, I decided to name my little baby Lovebug. While he was still a bun in the oven. There is one person who still calls him Lovebug to this day. She knows herself. She's a complete fave, a favorite auntie of the century. And yeah, so in the next installment, I'll be getting into basically the 3 trimesters, like the pregnancy journey on its own. And then I'll be getting into the labor and delivery. Please remember to like, comment, share with someone who is preggy or suspects they might be, or maybe it's you, it was meant for you, but share it with somebody. See you next time. Bye.